Welcome to the Sincerely God podcast. I'm Sarah, and I believe that God is speaking to all of us all the time and in many different ways. The primary way that I listen is through two-way journaling. And on this podcast, I share excerpts from my journaling time with God, which are really inspirational messages spoken from the perspective of God to you. I'll talk more about what two-way journaling is and explore other methods which may be helpful for you to listen to God in your own unique way. I'm just an ordinary person who gets to hear from an extraordinary God, and I believe you can too. Thanks for joining. So usually when I take time to listen and use the two-way journaling to just spend time with God, it's usually in the morning. That's like my typical start of my day. So the journaling I'm sharing today I was just asking, what do you have for me today? And this was his response. Good morning, my child. I have been waiting for you. I have much to share with you and others. Listen carefully to my instructions. Listen to my words of wisdom for your day. Be still and know that I am God. I am Creator God. I am Sustainer, Provider, Maker of heaven and earth and everything in between. I am. Do not look elsewhere for your supply. Look only to me. I am your supply. I am your hope and faith and perfecter and finisher. Come to me. Tune to me. Set your heart to stay in tune and connected to me continuously throughout your day. I have more for you than ever before. I have more to share in and through you. Stay alert. Be aware of my presence within you. I am constantly speaking to you, my child. Tune the ears of your heart to listen to my voice. I speak love and wisdom and thoughts of encouragement and hope. I am always speaking, my child. Simply tune in. Tune in and receive all I am giving you. Be still, my child. Be still throughout your day. I am with you. Remember, I am there. Remember, I am your source of strength and hope and everything you need. When you feel depleted, it is because you are not connecting with me in stillness. You do not need to always connect with pen and paper. You may simply listen to your heart or let my spirit move your body. Just be still with me. You need this more than you realize. Let my spirit refresh you throughout your day like a cup of cool water in the heat of the day. This is my will for you, my child. Bask in my presence. Be still with my glory. I kind of continued in my journaling later that morning asking if there's anything else he desires to speak to me. And he responded, yes, my child. I am always speaking. Listen to my voice within you. Listen to how your heart calls out. Tune in. Be still, my child. Be still with me a moment. You desire to ask me for guidance, and I will give it to you. Do not get caught up in details that are unimportant. Go about your day and keep me near. Be still with me and listen to my voice within you, speaking to your heart. Rest. Be still. Stop your multitasking for a moment and be still with me, my child. Peace. Be still. Keep this peace and stillness with you throughout your day. Make time for me. Make time to rest in my presence. I am with you, my child. I am for you and I am in you. Remember me. Remember these truths. So first, I just love how he started just saying, I've been waiting for you. I mean, I think about that. I feel like that's how it is every day. When we start a morning, when we wake up in the morning, if we can know that like God made that day and there are things that he prepared in that day just for you, and he is like waiting, excited for you to start the day, and he's waiting for us to check in with him, to ask him like, what did you create in this day? What do you have for me today? What do you want me to see or to experience? And I just can see that as this expectant friend, father, however you want to look at it, but just he's waiting for us to connect with him. He's waiting for us every single day when we wake up. He's waiting for us to just come to him. So I love that. And the other thing I love that happens quite a bit in the way that I'm listening. Often when God is speaking to me, I feel like he kind of quotes himself. There's so many times that what he's speaking is almost verbatim to just Bible verses that I'm familiar with. And I think especially at the beginning, part of, not that I've gotten 100% confirmation of this, but I think part of it has been that confirmation, like when you're learning to tune in and listen in this new way, I do think it's natural to have doubts and to wonder, okay, am I making this up or am I really hearing? And it's just an encouragement or a confirmation in a way when what you're hearing is verifiable in the Bible. And, like, for example, I want to say my favorite verses, probably not my favorite verse, but it's a verse that is very impactful to me because I think it's a key lesson that I'm still learning. And I think it's a key lesson for just how to do life. And I believe it's Psalm 46:10. I will go back and double check that. But Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." And in this journaling, like, he literally says that exact same thing. Be still and know that I am God. And so just this, I don't know, confirmation, encouragement of, yes, this is God that I'm listening to. And I see that in so many ways. In this case, it was a literal word for word quote from a Bible verse that I'm familiar with. But other times it's more just the message, or it's very similar and maybe not the exact words. So I encourage you, like, if I don't know what your background is, if you have read the Bible much or if you've heard certain scriptures, but that is a way to also, I guess, just have that confirmation when God is speaking to you, and if you're receiving through this two-way journaling, tuning into thoughts in your mind, or even pictures, images. Like, it may not be word for word scriptures or Bible verses, but it always will be aligned with God's heart. And that's the core of what the Bible shares, is just God's heart. So anyway, I felt like he was just reminding me this day to be still, to tune into him, to, quiet busy thoughts in my mind long enough to listen. And even when I checked in with him a little bit later that morning, I was asking for some specific guidance on things. And he's like, stop multitasking, like, just be still with me. I definitely have a tendency to multitask and to just always feel like I need to be doing something. And so he has continuously reminded me that it is good, it is necessary to be still and to tune in and to listen to him and just connect. It doesn't have to be listening for specific guidance or instructions, but just spending time resting in God's presence. And I know I've shared before that could look so many different ways. It doesn't have to be like literal stillness. It's more of a stillness of your heart and mind to be able to rest and receive and enjoy his presence. So just remembering that God is my source of strength and hope and everything I need. And when I'm feeling depleted, it's because I'm not connecting with God. I'm not finding that time for stillness or just a mindset of stillness to connect with God. And so it is a good kind of measuring stick for me that when I'm feeling in a really negative space, it's that reminder to just get back into a way of receiving from God. And maybe that's going for a walk in nature. Maybe that's just listening to music, but some way to just connect with God and to receive from him, because God is my source. And so when I'm feeling depleted, when I'm feeling in a negative space, I always can just come back to him and receive in that way. And I love this quote where he just says, "Let my spirit refresh you throughout your day like a cup of cool water in the heat of day." That is his spirit. That is God's spirit, and God's spirit is in us, and we can take a drink from that cool, refreshing water anytime, anywhere, any place. It's always accessible to us. And so just that reminder that when you're feeling the need, stop, look within, and connect, and whatever that looks like for you. And I think that's part of building this rhythm and habit in your life of, don't let it be just when you feel depleted. Like, start building it into where you're taking time every day to be still, even if it's just 5 minutes at a time. But as you do it more, you're going to learn what are the ways where you connect most easily, what are the ways that you kind of receive most easily. And then, especially when you need it most, when you're feeling depleted, you already have this kind of habit that you've created, and there's a easy way to go and to receive. And this reminder also to not get caught up in details that are unimportant. I don't know if it's just me, but I can get caught up in the details quite a bit. And often I can't even count how many times he's told me some version of this, of like, stop worrying about the details, stop getting so focused on the details. Even when I another way that I receive is through dreams. I get dreams all the time, and I will be sharing more about hearing God through dreams soon. But I'll get caught up in like the little intricacies of the dream, saying like, well, what about this? What did that mean? What about this here? And he's just like, look at the bigger picture. Like, you don't need, the details don't matter so much. Like, sometimes there's aspects that are important, kind of contributors to the overall message, but the details are just details. The bigger picture is what's most important. And so that is something I am constantly reminded of, because I'm a details person, and there's good in that. Like, I appreciate, and there are people in my life, certainly in my previous job, that appreciate my attention to detail, but it doesn't have to be all the time. So I just want to encourage you, when you are feeling depleted, remember that you have the Spirit of God inside of you, and that Spirit is someone that you can go to just get a cool, refreshing sip of water, cup of water, anytime, any place, whenever you need it. That God is your source and wants to meet you in that way. So find your quiet way, find your still space, and be still and know that He is God. Thanks for tuning in to the Sincerely God podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe and share with your friends. If you'd like more information, you can go to my website, sincerelygodquotes.com. There you'll find links to my social media, as well as an ability to get your own copy of Sincerely God, a collection of quotes, either the book or the prayer journal. Until next time, keep listening to how God is speaking to you.